And it's all just very blissful. I'm just so fed up of having to do everything. I'm not messing around, I'm calling the vet. So I've had a really rubbish week and I just feel like getting my girly girl on. Not in my yard, these are not my horses. Hello everyone, how are we? I hope you're all doing good. Since getting Billy like 9 years ago, this is the longest I've been without riding a horse. Like, it's been so long. But I'm kind of enjoying it. I think I said in one of my last videos, like, it's kind of given me a newfound, like, not appreciation, but I feel like I've got a very different relationship with them at the moment, and it's just like, it's so cute and like respectful and peaceful, and it's all just very blissful, apart from when it's absolutely not. This morning we've got the farrier coming. It's a lovely sunny day. Billy definitely needs a trim. McAllister's shoes are coming off. He's finished hunting and he's going back to being a barefoot part-time show jumper / happy hacker. And Perdy, we're just going to give her a trim and just make sure that her abscess is all cleared up, because she did have an abscess last week, 10-12 days ago. So, you know, I just want George to check that over, make sure he's all happy with everything. I have curled my hair, not because I fancy my farrier, although wouldn't that be handy, just have like free shoeings for the rest of my life. I've been using a heatless curler, you know, like the foam thing off Amazon. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what day it is anymore. When I'm looking at videos and pictures of myself, I do think, gosh, your hair is dark. But in person, it's not actually that dark, and I quite like it in person. I do think, though, I have hopefully learnt my lesson, and next time I get the urge to colour my hair, I won't go this dark. As I did mention, it is semi-permanent, so we're not going to be blessed with this for too long. Thank God.
Keep the hole as small as possible.
In case it isn't blindingly obvious, I'm now stood here with Billy, who's got his foot in a hot bucket of salt water because he's got another abscess. So yeah, it's not exactly peachy. I'm not living my best life. I'm just so like, surely we've got to be near the end of it, but there always just seems to be something else that just goes wrong. It's not your fault. Like, I love him to bits. And it's not like, it's not his fault at all, but it's just like, come on, can we have a little bit of good luck? Please, like, I'm trying. I don't know. I'm just really fed up. You kind of just get on top of something. You feel like, right, we're nearly around the corner. Like, tomorrow is 10 weeks since Billy had his colic surgery. And it's kind of like, oh, in 4 weeks, you know, he's kind of out the woods. Don't move out that bucket, baby. It's like in 4 weeks he's out the woods, and, you know, if I want to, I can start riding him again, and everything is looking up. And then the farrier comes. Billy suddenly looks very lame. His leg's all puffy. And the farrier's like, I don't think that's an abscess because there's no pulse. And there is no pulse. And his tendon was like really puffy. And he wasn't like showing up as like abscess lame, but then when he got the hoof testers, he was reacting, and he kind of located where it was, started digging out, but just nothing came of it. So it's either a very premature abscess, and that's how I'm treating it. I'm going to poultice it for a few days and hot tub it and just really try and draw out whatever might be lurking in there. I bloody hope that's all it is. Like, I genuinely cannot cope with anything else. It's just really rubbish. I'm just so fed up of having to do everything. It's all going to be fine, it's all positive, it's just another setback. And I really didn't need another one. You're such a pain in the bum. You do know that. Ew, now I'm all ugly and gross and just ew. I'm also meant to be in a works meeting in like 5 minutes. That's just not going to happen, is it? Like, you're such a pain in the bum. You really are. You really are, baby. Hello everyone, it's me. I've got over myself now. I was just having a bit of a moment and yeah, what can I say? It all got a bit much. It all got a bit overwhelming for my little brain. I just couldn't cope. But I've calmed down. I've sorted all the horses' feet out. I've done some work. I've had some food. I've had several cups of tea, and now it's dinner time for the horses. They're all eating their dinner down in the bottom paddock, and I'm just sat in my lovely paddock just taking in the air. This is me walking the dogs. I think if I just sit here, they'll kind of amuse themselves for a bit. They had a really good run earlier, so they don't need too much exercise, but it's more just the mental stimulation of like sniffing around and digging in little holes. One day I just want there to be like nothing to cry about, you know? Like, spring is here, happy days are right here, and actually he's just got an abscess. It's absolutely fine. He's not colicked again, touch wood, touch wood. He's not colicked again. It could be a whole lot worse. You just got to change your mindset sometimes, but no, it was a pretty crappy day, I will be honest. We're now on Wednesday. It's just gone lunchtime. The weather's so miserable, like it's just grey and raining, and I'm annoyed because now I'm into like having good hair. What am I gonna do? It's now raining. What am I meant to do? Like my curls are gonna drop, it's gonna go frizzy, and I'm gonna be so annoyed. When I went up to do the ponies first thing this morning, Billy was looking a lot better, so he definitely took a step back yesterday. Like in the evening yesterday, I was like, oh, he is so lame. And I texted my farrier just being like, Billy's got worse. Like, should I worry? Should I be worried? And he texted back and said he thinks it's more like it's the start of an infection for him, so he would expect him to get worse before he gets better. So that kind of let me relax a little bit. I had half a mind to like give him a little makeover today. I got into like grooming him last night. I was like, to be fair, you look really ropey and you need some TLC. Like, he's so fluffy and muddy and his tail's a bit of a mess. But there's just no point. When the weather's like this, there is absolutely no point. So I'm going to wait for the weather to get a little bit brighter. And then I think we'll give him a good, like, brush, shampoo. Give him a little TLC, get him looking a bit more cared for. A little bit of good news for us. Look what I found. Billy's hoof boots. They weren't anywhere logical and I could shoot myself. I think when I did my big yard spring clean tidy up, I kind of just put them on top of the wood pellets and forgot about them. So I was looking everywhere last night, getting really annoyed, to the point where I was like, they've been stolen. Someone has broken into my tack room and stolen my hoof boots. Yes. Well, that is that done. I'm a little bit disappointed there was nothing on the poultice, so I just don't know. I don't know. It's just hard. Like, I think with horses, when you've got, like, obviously my farrier did tell me what he thought I should do yesterday, but how do you know? It's like, I really want the vet to come out and x-ray his foot, just so that I know that we're not going to go through anything like what happened last year. But also I realise that is ridiculous because he's just lame, and there's a whole host of reasons why that might be. 99% of them are not a serious problem, but I'm just so traumatised, I suppose is the word. I am traumatised from Billy being injured and one thing after another. So I think if we don't have a result, either way, like if it's not improving, or, you know, if there's no progress in a couple of days, I'm just going to not mess around. I'm going to get the vet out to x-ray his foot and just see what they think. I'm sorry that this is a bit of a miserable vlog so far, and in fact I'm sorry that all of my videos seem to be miserable at the moment. That's showbiz, and that's also my life at the moment. I mean, there are some very, very positive things going on, but not one of them includes horses. It's now Thursday night, and I've just got back from having a little drink with my friend, and I'm gonna make a cup of tea and go to bed. I haven't filmed that much today, just because everything's been so horrible, frankly. Last night when I went out to do the horses and like check on them for the evening, I noticed that McAlester all of a sudden looked very, very footy and not very comfortable, and I literally just rang my mum and cried and just whinged about life for ages. Kind of it. I mean, it was all very dramatic. It was pouring with rain. I was literally sat in the paddock in the field shelter crying on FaceTime to my mum. It was not a very nice day. But this morning I woke up and I was just very logical about it. I thought, okay, McAlester probably has an abscess, or he may just be footy because we've taken his shoes off. And I probably should have foreseen this coming. And I think had Billy not have been lame and been like literally taking up the whole of my brain capacity at the moment, I think I would have like foreseen this, planned for it, and I would have poulticed his feet as soon as his shoes were taken off. But because of the way it all worked out on Tuesday, I didn't do that. So I think it's quite reasonably justified that he is now lame. So I've poulticed both of his front feet. He's definitely worse on the one than the other, but just because he's now had his shoes removed and he's been wearing shoes for probably 6 months, I think we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt and we'll just kind of attack full force. So that's McAlester. Billy is no worse, but he's no better, and it is feeling very, very familiar to last year when it was just like a niggling abscess for ages and ages and ages, and then you all know what happened. It was complete destruction. So I'm trying not to worry, but it is also very like at the forefront of my mind that it's not following the normal abscess trajectory. He does have history of doing this. Maybe he's just prone to this particular ailment of his hoof. boy. Go on, off you go. Good boy. As if things couldn't get any worse, they got worse by some miracle. First thing this morning, I phoned the vets to make an appointment for Billy's x-ray, and they were either going to do Tuesday or Wednesday. And I did say when I was making the appointment, I said, I'm making this a little bit prematurely, and I'm hoping that I will be ringing you up Tuesday morning to cancel this appointment. And they said that was fine, it was the right thing to do. So he was all booked in to be x-rayed. I'm really tired and I just want to go to bed, so I'll take my makeup off. So yeah, when it was time to like change their poultices over, I got McAlester in first, just because Billy was having such a nice time dozing in the sunshine. So I thought, and who knows. So I got McAlester in and he just seemed sore on all of his feet. So I took off his front poultices, there was nothing on either of them. I hot tubbed his feet and he was so good. He just stood there like with his feet in buckets, good as gold. And then I hot wet poulticed his back feet as well. So for the first time in my life, I have a horse in the field with 4 bandages on his feet. Like, it's ridiculous. You cannot make this up. And then Billy was up and about, so I got him in, and when I was leading him in from the paddock, he did just seem a little bit like brighter. He certainly wasn't as lame. He was still not sound, but he certainly was nowhere near as bad as he has been. So I thought that was quite promising, and I took the poultice off and it was covered in gunk. So that was a really good sign. I thought, here we go, I've made the vet appointment for the x-ray, and this is where my luck starts to change because I'm doing all the right things. I hot tubbed his foot, I re-poulticed it, that was all fine, and I put him back out in the field. And I was just watching him in the field and he just wasn't right. He wasn't himself. He kept flicking his top lip up, which I know that shouldn't mean anything, but at the end of December or maybe early January, there was an evening where he was like flicking his lip up a lot. I can't remember what they call that, like the phlegm? He was doing that a lot and he was panting a lot, and I think that was a very mild colic episode, and then he had his proper colic episode 3 or 4 weeks later, which I don't think are related, but you never know. Now I'm a complete hypochondriac and I just notice everything he does, and I think because he'd been lying down and it was really hot, and then he kept flicking his lip up, and then he started looking around at his tummy, and I noticed that he wasn't really grazing, and I just thought, no, my God, please, no. So like mentally I was panicking, but I had to stay calm and just be logical. Went and got his head collar, put that on him, took him out to like the nice long luscious grass, and he started eating it, and I thought, okay, this is good, this is a good sign. And then he just got down on the floor, lay flat out and just closed his eyes and just was taking a moment. And I was like, I'm not messing around, I'm calling the vet. So I rang my vet. Look, he's colicking, can you come as soon as possible? And then when he was lying down, he started to eat the grass, and I was like, well, he's not feeling that bad if he's eating, because I remember last time he was not interested in food. He just was on the floor thrashing around, and he wasn't on the floor thrashing, he was just calmly on the floor. He was panting, and he was every so often looking around at his tummy or doing the lip curl. So he definitely was not comfortable, but it also wasn't like last time. I just knew it was a crisis. I gave it a few minutes, I was just watching him, and then I rang my vet again and just said, hang on a minute, I'm really poor at the moment. I could do without the extra vet bills. I think he might be able to work through this by himself. Can I just try and manage it and observe him? And if he's not better in half an hour, 45 minutes, can you please come out? And she agreed with that and said that she thought it was the right thing to do. And she just suggested that I don't let him eat anything until we've got evidence that there isn't a blockage. So she was like, stop him eating grass, put him in the stable with nothing but water until he's at least done a poo, and then just restrict his food intake for a few hours, give him some really like sloppy mash feeds, and just monitor him, and we'll just have to see how he goes. And he was really annoyed at being put in the stable. So I kind of stayed with him for like 5-10 minutes, trying to just relax him and just see what was going on. And he wasn't, he was just really aggy. And I thought, I didn't want him stood in the stable anyway. My general like theory is that if a horse is moving, like that's gonna help digestion. So the goal was to make him have a poo, and I don't think being stood in a stable was gonna achieve that. So I put his head collar on, took him for a walk down the lane. So I carried on walking him, and then I took him back up to his stable, put him in with some water, put my stable cameras on, and I was like, there's nothing more I can do, and me stood here is not achieving anything. So I came back down to the house. As soon as I was back to the house, I checked my stable cameras and he'd done a poo. So I was like, right, okay, we can all stop panicking. There's no blockage, he's done a poo, that's really good. Rang my mum, said, Billy's done a poo, it's all okay, and everyone was so happy. Obviously, I rung the vet and said he'd done a poo and not to worry too much, and I didn't think she was going to need to come out anymore. And after an hour or two, I turned him back out in the field and went up to check him an hour later, and he was still fine. And then I was like, I just need to go and chill out. So I've been out for dinner, literally went to the pub down the road. It was like 5 minutes away, and I was only gone an hour, hour and a half. So then I came back, went up to the field in the pitch black, freezing cold, and he seems, I just don't want to say it, but he was okay. There was nothing wrong with him, as I could see this evening. So now I'm not going to check him until first thing in the morning. This morning's been actually a good morning. So I went out like first thing to check Billy. He was really good, he was fine. So I've done the horses, and now I'm going to like the hunt, ride, race, relay thing. I'm not really sure what the general vibe is. I'm going with Isla, and I know quite a lot of people there, obviously, because they're all like associated with the same hunt, but it's like a nationwide competition, and I think it's a bit like eventing mixed with like a point to point, I suppose. I think there's about 20 hedges over a 3-mile course. It's like a little barbecue, drinky poos thing. I say drinky poos, it's 10 o'clock in the morning currently. And it's a bank holiday weekend, so maybe a little fruity something could be considered smoothie, breakfast smoothie. I'm just really happy I'm not having a bad day. Like nothing's gone wrong yet. White trainers, white skinny jeans, white jumper with like a white vest underneath. Mauvey fur, is this mauve? Like a dusky pink fur. Bag. My nails are very, very chipped, but I don't care at this point. Look at me, that's all my podcasting equipment in the background. Like, the podcast is still happening, I think, but oh my god, is there a lot of work involved. It's not as straightforward as just getting a camera and recording a YouTube video. Like, you need microphones, you need good lighting, you need a camera that's not going to stop filming after 5 minutes. It's just a lot. So I'm kind of in between being a horse vet, I'm also being a podcast equipment experimenter. So there's been a lot going on, a lot to take on board. But the outfit, she's feeling good, she's feeling cool. Hopefully she's not going to be cold. At it. Oh, it's a big stretch. That's a big stretch.
You doing a vlog?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I should be driving. Sorry guys. Yeah, and then there's $1 over there. Don't crash into a hedge, bitches. Run out.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
That is horrid, to be fair. I would not want to be going over that. Ooh, they're going this way. Cute.
Mark.
Cheers. I literally just thought my camera was broken because I couldn't see anything in the viewfinder, but it was because I had sunglasses on and you can't see the screen. If you're wearing sunglasses, who knew? So I'm back from the hump race now, obviously. It was a very good morning, it was very nice. We were only there like an hour and a half, but it's just really nice to see everyone that I've not seen since the last meet, which was February, maybe the first weekend of March. So it was nice just like catch up, socialise, have a good time, have a little cheeky drink in the morning. I had a Bloody Mary, which felt very decadent, but what can you do? So it's now like 2 o'clock and I'm gonna just hot tub Billy's foot and change his poultice and hopefully see if there's any gunk today. There's no real change to yesterday regarding like lameness, so it's a little bit frustrating. And then he's just had as well a really sloppy feed to get some more fluids into him because it's another gorgeous sunny day and we don't want a repeat of yesterday. That's what we've got on the poultice and it does look very promising, but I think actually that's the sugar and iodine mix that I put in yesterday rather than pussy fluid, because it just doesn't, it smells a bit disgusting but it doesn't smell like really gross, so I'm not so sure that that is actually abscess fluid. I think that's just well, you're looking a lot more comfortable, aren't you? You're looking better. now finished doing all the bloomin' horsey jobs, and I'm going out tonight, hopefully, touch wood, like horses allowing, but I just want to make sure that Billy has a poo before I leave him for the evening, because it's now 4:30, 5 o'clock, so it is a bit early, and I will check him in a couple of hours. I'm not meeting Chloe until 8, but I just want to feel good and like spend some time getting ready and just not feeling like this, basically. So I kind of want to just be done, and then all I've got to do later is just literally check that they're all up on their feet. I mean, he seems a lot better, touch wood, touch so much wood. He's not done anything out of the ordinary today, so I think he's fine. I just, for my own peace of mind, really want to see him do a poo, like some weird poo fetish person. Don't look at my tree. Billy has destroyed that. It's meant to be an olive tree, and it's got literally that leaf there and those little leaves there, and that's literally all it's got to bring it back to life. The other one's doing a bit better, but not much. It's got like a cluster of leaves. There. So yeah, thanks to Billy for destroying all of my trees. What a good boy. Please, can you do a poo? Please. Stay away from the tree. It's been half an hour. I'm still waiting for him to do a poo. None of the others have done a poo either, so it's not a concern. It's just like, how long is this going to take? I really wanted to be having a nice relaxing bubble bath by now, but you know, here we are, chasing Billy around the field, making sure that we don't miss it. What is my life? What has it come to? I don't know if I explained it at all what I was doing with McAlester, so I thought he looked a lot more comfortable, which was really good. And then when I was walking him around in the yard, he looked a little bit footy, so I just wanted to give him a trot and see whether I actually needed to poultice or whether I should just keep his feet covered with a nappy. But when he started trotting, it was very clear that he was not comfortable at all. So he's definitely improving. I mean, he was hobbling round a couple of days ago. So I think maybe it's not an abscess, maybe he's just footsore because he's had his shoes taken off, which is why all 4 feet are poulticed. And I'm hoping tomorrow we can stop poulticing and just keep them covered with nappies. I've been waiting for this for so long. Yes, my boy, thank you. Okay. Mama's going out. Mama's going partying. Look at him, he's a good boy! He's a good boy, come on! Let's go! Good boys! The lighting in here is terrible, and I'm desperately in a rush because I did not have enough time to get ready thanks to Billy's poo drama. But look at my outfit. I've gone like, look at my top. I never ever go this dressed up. But it's a bank holiday. I've had a really rubbish week and I just feel like getting my girly girl on. So I'm going to my friend's house before we go out, and I need to like paint my nails properly because I've done like a really rubbish job. But I think I'll have time at hers. I think we'll have some food and stuff. Can you see? Ah! Basically, those are my shoes and I really like them. They are a little, like the straps are too big, but I feel like it's worth it. The sacrifice is worth it because I love them. Problem is I have got some like safety pins. I need to like pin this top up because it keeps slipping down and it just makes me look a little bit too booby for my liking. But I really like it otherwise. So I'm going to sort out the top as well when I get to her house because this is a bit much. But failing that, can you tell how excited I am? Failing that, we'll just go with the blazer. Shut. This is my mum's blazer again, like I always wear this. I love it, love it. Night out is pending and I'm so excited. It's gonna be good. I haven't seen Chloe since before Christmas, so I can't wait to like catch up with her and yeah, it should be good. morning. Hello. Where's Innie? Oh, I just tripped over some hay. We are not in my yard. These are not my horses. I'm going to the beach today with the dogs and some of my family. And my neighbour texted me like 10 minutes ago being like, Jen, I'm stuck down south. Could you go and let my horses out? So that's what we're doing. I really do not have much time at all. This is Bolero. He's a beautiful 17-2 dressage hunting superstar. I don't think I really need to put the head collars on. I'm pretty sure they just open the doors and like open the gate and they know where they're going, but they're not my horses. I don't feel comfortable doing that. So B, come on. Let me, hang on, I can't. This is Hope. Showjumper eventer, currently injured, is soon to be a broodmare, I think. I am just gonna let them out, you know. Go on, Hope, don't let me down. Good girl. And this is Innie, who was a foal and is now 4 years old. She's just started being broken in. No, you need to go that way, Poppet. There we are.